Hello, this is Group 1, and this is our Chapter 11 presentation. Our question was, delineate the role the farmers expected Congress to play. Cite specifics from the Federalist Papers. How does Congress differ from a parliament? The framers expected Congress to be the most powerful branch. It was to create laws and not to act too hastily. It was expected to be slow and deliberate in its actions. It was divided in two, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House of Representatives was to be the House of the people, and the Senate to be the House of the elites. Federalist 10, written by Madison, explained how to prevent majority rule through a multi-party system, similar to Parliament. He urged for multiple factions so that they would be forced to work together to create coalitions. Madison agreed that this multi-party system was the best way to prevent tyranny. Federalists 39 and 51, also written by Madison, laid out his reasoning for a strong central government with multiple checks and balances. Madison stated in Federalist 51, in order to lay a due foundation for that separate and distinct exercise of the different powers of government, which to a certain extent is admitted on all hands to be essential to the preservation of liberty.
Significance of the Federalist Papers. The Federalist Papers are the framers' essays about promoting and supporting the ratification of the U.S. Constitution. The framers wanted to convince the people about the good and to rectify the bad ideas that were in the old Articles of Confederation. In these papers are the framers' ideas and visions of a government. Despite both being democratically elected legislators, the UK's Parliament and the US Congress highly differ from each other. First, to define what Congress is known for being a bicameral legislative branch made up of two houses. They are known for creating laws and policies that influence many aspects of our daily lives, with there being two houses, one the House of Representatives and the other the Senate. The House has 435 elected members, while the Senate has 2 members from each state. Currently, that number is 100 senators. In Congress, the votes regarding Congress are on candidates over party affiliation. Congress does not vote for the president compared to how the majority parliamentary party chooses the prime minister. Members of Congress also experience high salaries compared to those in the UK's parliament. There are also additional expenses/allowances given to Congress regarding air travel, different services, etc. Overall, Congress has larger power as is independent from the executive branch, and they have the ability to overrule presidential policies. Now, looking into Parliament, as mentioned before, there are some differences between Congress and Parliament. To define what Parliament is the highest legislative in the UK that consists of the House of Lords and the House of Commons. They are known for creating the laws and ensure the government is held to account when it comes to creation of policies, government spending, etc. In Parliament, they vote on political party instead of individual candidates. For instance, the UK Parliament has many political parties represented in the House of Commons and the House of Lords, compared to the two-party system in America. The primary aspect of Parliament is debating national issues. They also have party discipline, which is essentially having all members of political parties vote on policies that follow the majority rule to show support. A key difference between Congress and Parliament is the pay difference. Parliament, they have smaller power as well as smaller salaries. This is due to how they have limited independent power, which leads to lower pay and lack of extra perks or bonuses. Congress versus Parliament. Unlike the House in the U.S., representatives in the House of Lords are not elected by the people, but by usually the government or Her Majesty the Queen. In Congress, the representatives of the House serve for 2 years, while senators serve for 6 years. In Parliament, the representatives get 5-year terms or serve for life, depending on which House. Lords tend to serve for life. Congress also has more power than Parliament and even other branches of the U.S. government.